Hello everybody and welcome to the barbecue shop here at Hayes Garden World. Once again we're joined by Mr. Richard Holden.
Good morning.
And in this video we're going to show you how to do a turkey on a Traeger Pro 22. So Richard, talk us through how we're going to prepare this turkey.
Well, what we've got is our turkey. It's been out of the fridge for a good hour just to take the chill off. We're going to very simply prepare this with some slices of lemon, some onions, some thyme, sage. They're going to go inside the cavity with some seasoning, and then on the top we're just going to layer over the bacon and get a nice lattice going on there so that the flavour from the bacon and a little bit of saltiness will go into the turkey, and then it's going to go onto the barbecue. Right, so the first thing we need to do is we're going to season the inside of the cavity.
Okay.
And pop these other ingredients in. So if I can get you to do the pepper and the salt, just turn it around a little bit. It's important to get a little bit of seasoning in here just to help everything, not just on the outside. It is, that's fine, that's okay. Perfect. Didn't realise you were waiting for me to say stop then. So it's all good. But it is a large piece of meat and we need to make sure that we've got good seasoning in there as well. A little bit on the inside of the legs. There we go, perfect. A little bit more on that side and then we'll be good to go. Awesome. Right, so then we have, if you want to grab the thyme for me, or the sage, whichever.
Thyme, sorry.
How long have you worked in a garden centre?
Long time.
Long time, okay. So we'll pop some lemon and some onion in there, give that a tear, just twist it in half and pop that inside.
Not like that.
That's absolutely fine. Just release some of those oils, we'll get that stuffed in, then we'll put as much of this...
Already?
It already does. We'll pop as much of this cavity mixture in here as we can. Let's get those last few bits. This is just going to give us steam, it's going to give us moisture as these vegetables heat up, but also it's going to give us some flavour as well. If you start a gravy from scratch, one of the things that you're going to have in your tray is some onions, so it's going to help us have that flavour. If I can get you to season a little bit on the outside there with some salt and pepper again. And go a little bit heavy with the pepper. We're going to go light with the salt because obviously we're going to get a little bit of saltiness from the bacon as well. So that's looking good. And then a nice little sprinkle of the salt as well. Now what we're going to do for the outside is also take some of this fresh sage. And that's looking good. So we'll just place some of these bits on here. Balancing out a little bit to begin with until we get the bacon on. And this is all going to be hidden underneath this bacon. So now it's time. You can either be really picky about this and go quite uniform, or you can just go a little bit off-piste and a little bit just random as you like it. So I'm going to go on the second one for this time. But you've been doing your turkey on the barbecue for a number of years, haven't you?
Yeah.
And
I've done it on rotisserie last year.
Yeah.
So didn't use the bacon. And then we've done it the year before that, we did it like this.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we're doing it on the Traeger today, which we're going to come to in a moment, but really simple bit of kit. For those of you that have one at home, you'll know exactly how easy these things are to use. And we're going to get some wood smoke from the Traeger itself, but what we are going to do is just pop this on about 190 and that can just go there. So we'll come to the barbecue in a moment, but that is the preparation that we need to do for our turkey. And now we're ready to go to the grill. So we've got the barbecue set up for about 190 and nice clean liner in there. Take this out of the tray because we don't need it. So this is just going to come over to the grill. Pop that on. And then we've got these two probes that are built in. I've already cleaned them, so we're not worried about that one. Let's pop those through the grommet on the side of the grill. And that's my number 2. So I'm going to pop that round the right hand side, and then my number 1 is going to go in there. I'm trying to make sure that the probe's going to the deepest part of the turkey. Pop that there. Make sure that's all nice and neat, and then lid down. And away we go. That's a £10 turkey, about 20 minutes a pound as a guide. So £10, that's going to be 3 hours 20, if my math's right. And then we'll be keeping an eye on this one. So on the outside of our barbecue with the Traegers, we have a little silver button, which if you want to just have a look down here, we have a little silver button down here, which if we press, it will tell us the temperature that those two probes are reading. Press once for P1, press twice for P2, and it'll tell us the internal core temperatures, so we don't need to lift the lid. But we're going to use that 3 hours 20 as a guide. Probably after around about 2 hours, we'll have a check, see how it's doing, and then once we're around about 60 degrees, we'll take the bacon off and let the whole outside brown up, because we're going for a target temperature of kind of 73, 74. Kind of. We are going for a temperature of 73, 74, and then we'll take that turkey off and let it rest.
All right, we'll let that do its thing and we'll come back to you when it's nearly done.
Right, let's go have a look at our turkey. So we've got a nice bit of colour on the bacon, but we're at that temperature now where we're going to take the bacon off, and just underneath, it's quite toasty really, is that bacon? But underneath you'll notice that the turkey itself is still quite pale. So what we're going to do now is, well, if we were at home and it was our house, we'd be putting some bacon, some bread around that bacon and having some nice bacon sarnies for Christmas Day morning. But we're going to let that turkey carry on and get some nice coloration on the outside of the crown until it's 72, 73 degrees on the outside, on the inside, and then we'll just let it come off and rest, and absolutely beautiful.
Bacon butty time.
Bacon sandwiches.
So Richard, we're back with the turkey.
We are, and she is looking pretty fine. Look at that little thing in there, beautiful. We've checked the temperature, we're above that 75 magic mark, so it's time to take it out. And as you can see, since the time we took the bacon off, we've got an absolutely gorgeous golden brown colour on there. I don't think anybody really could want for anything more out of their Christmas turkey, even though I do say so myself. So we're going to lift this little guy off. She's gone from a she to a he, but anyway. There we go. Can we just have a moment for our little turkey? Now, we've had a moment now. We're all good. We'll carry on. Now, normally, we would suggest letting this rest for for at least an hour.
Yeah.
You wouldn't rest it like this. You would put some tin foil over it, put a couple of nice thick clean tea towels over it to act like a duvet, put it in the kitchen somewhere, just on the kitchen side somewhere reasonably warm, and just let that rest. At the moment, the steam coming off here, that steam is somewhat coming from the lemons and onions inside, but if you can't touch it to carve it, then you haven't let it rest long enough. However, for the purposes of this video, I think we're going to go ahead and carve, aren't we?
Yes, please.
Thought you might say that. So, easiest way to do this is if you slice down between the crown and the legs on both sides. This is going to be awfully hot, wish me luck. And then down the centre of the crown, you've got this breastbone. So if you go either side, just a little step out from there. And then in this part here, you've got the wishbone, which is in an inverted Y shape. So your knife will get pretty much, unless the wishbone's broken, your knife will get cut out, it will get kicked out at that point to the side. It's actually really hot. You've been very helpful there, Ian. Thanks for your support.
You're doing a really good job.
I'm just going to use the fork to help me. So follow the line of the carcass down. I know you can't really see this on camera, but I'll do the other one in a second. Follow the line of the carcass down. Adrian, do you want to come in and get a close-up on this, on carving this part of the bird? So just use the fork in this case, just to pull the turkey breast meat away from the carcass, so that using the tip of the knife, you can actually slice down and I'm just basically, for all intents and purposes, tickling it. And then once you get down to the wing, just cut out and around, and you've got a whole turkey breast right now.
Like
Would you mind moving that tray to one side for me? Because then what we can do is we can take that down to the chopping board. Look at that colour, I can't believe that. Using the knife, just use the length and the weight of the knife to carve through. And the idea here is that you don't get those big slices, but you get nice even slices all the way through. Everybody gets a little bit of crispy skin on the outside. I'm going to slice into the centre of this, and then once I get to the thickest part, I'll lift it up and we can see how beautifully juicy and succulent and cooked through this is all the way to the centre. So here we go, time for the big reveal. Ta-da! He does his own stunts. There we go. Does his own singing as well. So that is beautifully cooked all the way through. If we'd let this rest a little bit longer, there wouldn't be as much steam coming off here, so that moisture would stay in the actual meat. But, put your knife underneath that, take that to a serving platter, and away you go, turkey on the barbecue. Doesn't really get much simpler than that.
So if you'd like to know how we've done this turkey, visit our website, hayesgardenworld.co.uk, or visit the team here at the barbecue shop at Hayes Garden World. We're across all the social media platforms, so if you give it a go, tweet us, hashtag us. We'd love to see your creations. It smells fantastic. Is it hot?
Yes, a little bit toasty.
Okay. So all that's left for us to say is Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, folks.
And then we're going to go and tuck in. So we'll see you again next time.